help me put my mind to rest. 2 times clicking, I'm acting low. A pound of weed and a bag of gold. I can feel your love pulling me up from the underground. I don't need my drugs. We could be more than just part-time lovers. I can feel your touch picking me up from the underground. I don't need my drugs. We could be more than just part-time lovers. I get robbed of all my sleep as my thoughts begin to lead. I let go, but I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how, but I need to now. I can feel your love pulling me up from the underground. I don't need my drugs. We could be more than just part-time lovers. I can feel your touch picking me up from the underground. I don't need my drugs. We could be more than just part-time lovers.
And it was like
welcome
bar
everyone. Yeah, this is how every one of these starts. We're already in the middle of a conversation and we jump in. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the DJ Life podcast. I believe everyone can hear John. I did not double check that, but it's the same setup as last time. So John, how's it going? Welcome, DJ Woo Pig.
It's going well. What's happening? What's happening? How are y'all doing?
One's in the chat if you can hear John.
One's in the chat, and I'm gonna pull it up on my end too. I need to do that.
Do what? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I'm
Pull it
making
up
sure.
so I can watch it live. Make sure we got all the comments and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I can hear you on here.
Oh, okay.
Good, we can hear you. Okay, we're good. That's all I wanted to check and make sure that we're good. It's the beauty of a live show.
Cool.
We got Erik Massengale in the chat. What up, Erik?
Yo, shout out to Erik Massengale in the chat. Ones if you like Erik Massengale in the chat.
Well, to start off, we're here on a Thursday instead of Tuesday because my man over here just had a little baby boy.
Yeah, babies all
Congratulations, man. That's fucking major.
I am happy to be a officially daddy now. What up, Terrence?
Terrence is always in here.
Terrence
What up?
is my boy.
I couldn't. It's amazing how quickly your life changed. Honestly, just looking from an outside perspective.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just
Engaged
wait till you
wife,
start
baby.
figuring out child care and sick baby. You got to take them to appointments. I will say, however, having a kid is the greatest thing ever. But being self-employed and having a kid is a fucking game changer. Oh, you don't want to go to daycare today? Fuck it. Let's stay at the house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was to go to the doctor or whatever. You've got access to do whatever you want.
Huge benefit because she doesn't work. And right now she doesn't work, for a long time. And then I cannot work if I want, so right now I'm not working. So we're just chilling. We're like full time, just playing with our new fucking baby.
Awesome.
We were legit talking about that when he was saying, like, people were like, you're not going to sleep and everything. I'm like, well, but other people do have like full-time jobs. And if they both have a full-time job, then it's probably pretty difficult.
Right. Yeah. I don't give a shit if I don't sleep. It's good. I'll sleep tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, John, what all is going down your way? How's 2021 treated you, and how's life going? I haven't really checked in with you personally in a while.
It's overwhelming. Personally,
I feel that way too.
professionally, there's a lot of shit going on. But business is good. We're set to have a record year, which is dope. Last year was a record year, which is awesome. doing a lot more production stuff. It's finally starting to like take hold where people are calling us for production stuff exclusively.
Some of the
It's not,
shit I
you're the
see you
DJ
guys do
company.
is like, what the fuck?
It's cool. It's cool. Things are good. Life is busy, but like we were saying on the pre-chat, I just say yes and figure it out, and I'm learning on the job every day, whether it's fucking being a husband or parent or business owner. I'm learning on the job, and that's okay.
And you're loving every minute of it.
Loving every, there's some moments because again, being an entrepreneur is great, but at the same time, you go through shit that nobody else understands. They think you're just a DJ or a concert guy or whatever. But if you don't have a nine to five, people just don't understand that yeah, we have a weird schedule, but there's always something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great, man. I can't complain.
You could.
You
I'm
could if you
happy
want.
to wake up and do what the fuck I want to do every day, and it's awesome. Sorry, can we cuss on here?
Yes, we can cuss. We cuss on here all the
Okay,
time.
sorry, my bad.
You just had to make it through the first 1 minute without cussing.
I don't know if I did that.
I don't even know. I've always heard that on YouTube. Like as long as you don't cuss in the first 2 minutes or whatever, then it doesn't trip the algorithm or something like that. But
Yeah,
who
I've
cares?
heard the same thing. I don't know if that's bullshit or not, but
I call bullshit.
So how are things y'all's way? Everything good?
Yeah. So Terrence just made a fucking joke in the chat. So
What'd he say?
I'll bring that. All right. So he said, won a contract today because I picked up the phone. So I posted in a DJ forum.
Okay.
So I got a call service now. I took my old cell phone number, which is when I started Dowk Events, I just rolled with my cell phone number for the company number. I didn't know better. It got out of hand, obviously, and now my cell phone is ruined. So I kept the number. I got a new cell phone number for myself, and then I transferred that number to a call service. So now I have some lady, whatever, answering the phone, and now we'll get cold, like, what is it? Like a lead will call that has never filled out our contact form. We never talked to them, nothing like that. They just found us on the internet in some way. And they like Googled the phone number, because we definitely don't tell people to call us. You know what I mean? Like fill out the online form. And I was bitching on the DJ forum. I was like, I fucking hate it when we get these calls, because it always is like some fucking tire kicker. It's always just some,
Sonny, my daughter's getting married.
Yeah.
Do you do
I have one of
DJ
those
stuff?
today.
it's some bullshit.
How much is that again?
Yeah, and they don't know your prices. So the second you drop a number higher than $4,
Holy crap.
Yeah, they're like, blah, and they're like, how much you charge for DJ? And it's like, oh my god, I don't even feel like calling them back. Because I just get a text message or an email immediately, and it's like, Joe Schmo, event date is this, looking for DJ prices or something like that.
Now, are you doing offshore call center? Is this somebody overseas?
No. It's not. It's here.
Is it through that
Yeah.
like Angie service or whatever?
I'd have to look up the name of it. I feel
it's
like
like
it's
the
called
popular-
Great Lakes something.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was on. It's only $90 a month. It's fucking
That's
absurd.
cheap.
I know, and it's not.
cheap.
It's not. Like an Arabic or whatever.
Yeah, it's English.
Yeah, it's
speaking.
like a English is their first language, white lady of some sort or something. I don't know. I never called it, but. And whatever, either way, but it's like weird when you get like a foreign, you can tell they don't speak English as their first language.
Yeah, trust me about it.
Either way, so I was bitching in the forum, and of course, all the DJs, the fucking Stone
Pick up the
Age,
phone.
they were like, Sonny, I've been booking gigs for 20 damn
that
years,
phone.
blah blah blah, and it's like, dude,
that
I get it, but like, you're wrong. I don't know. How do I say this?
Well-
Fuck you.
I don't disagree with you a bit.
I'm-
To be honest, my phone, like the whole "don't call me" bullshit on YouTube started out as a joke. But
Love it.
I forgot about that.
my phone genuinely, when it rings, it almost makes me anxious. Because it's not that I don't want to talk to the person on the other end, but I know that most most of the time, if it's not a spam call, most of the time when somebody calls me, it's always like it's shit that I shouldn't be answering the phone for. What's your
It's
price?
wasting your time.
It's generally wasted time. And now, as a husband, dad, and business owner, time is that's something I have none of. And even like that 20 seconds of somebody asking me,
interrupts your flow.
It interrupts the flow. And
Do you remember your voicemail, L? I copied it where it basically says, "Hey, I'm not available. If you could, please text or email me because my time's important."
I don't remember, but I believe it.
My actual voicemail is literally, "Hey, this is Rick. I haven't got to the phone right now because I'm probably pretty busy right now. If you could just shoot me a text or an email at info@fusionsoundlight.com, I would appreciate that. Thank you."
Yeah, it's like anything else, just anything else, and they're. It's just a fucking waste of time, and for the fact that they're going to override the actual instruction, because we're very clear, like, fill out this contact form and the information that you seek, you will get immediately, period. Click this button for pricing. Done. It's a call to action. It doesn't say, go Google my shit and do what you think is correct, because that's not what is correct.
Follow instructions.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably used to how many DJs do the background where we're not going to give you pricing until you schedule a consultation and sit down with us. And
who does that?
I did it for a little while.
A lot of people do that, but either way,
you wouldn't give pricing at all until.
And if they asked, yes, but nine
how
times
is that
out,
not the first question? Always, I feel like that is always in the opening email.
Not if there isn't an opening email.
Yeah, that's true.
They just inquiry and I've had people because I have Calendly up on the website that just schedule a phone call. Like, I don't send them pricing ahead of time.
So
unless I forget.
This DJ thread, right? All the comments from the dudes were like, are you bitching about blah blah blah? And they were like, I have a closing rate of 90% when I get someone on the phone, and I was like, hold up, that is not the same. First off, we end up on the phone with people. Like, we schedule a phone call
on our time.
Yeah, and you're talking to a salesperson,
and they're pre-screened.
And yes, and those calls, we book them all the time, and we want to talk to you on the phone. However, not this random fucking,
How much?
You're lying. I know you don't book 90% of those phone calls unless you're charging $8. And I know you're not doing this get what you're worth bullshit at the same time. Wow. No offense to get what you're worth, people. That's fine. That's not what I meant. But, you're definitely not charging $3,000 or like a premium price and answering a cold. Hell no. Shut the hell up.
I had a guy tell me, because we were having a conversation about like booking and everything, and he said that every lead he gets, he cold calls them.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
ridiculous.
That is a terrible idea for this demographic we have that are booking weddings now. And he's like, what are you talking about? It always works. I'm like,
a good buddy.
They don't want you to call. You can text them. Don't call them.
Our contact form says, like, when it asks for your cell phone number, it says, we will not call you unless you ask us to. Like,
I need to
just
put that on there.
clarify that.
That's great.
That's exactly. Great. It's like, please give us your phone number, though.
And I've talked to so many DJs that, across the country, and they're always dumbfounded by when I tell them the amount of gigs I book without talking to a fuking soul.
Right.
Like,
oh, yeah. They just inquiry online, and then they sign the contract and go.
I send them the email. They tell me what they want. I put in the system. I send the contract. They pay their deposit. It's like,
you must not be charging enough.
Fucking talk to you.
Right. Well, people that are like, oh, I close 90% of my inquiries. It's like, well, you're not charging enough.
Well,
if you close 90% of your inquiries, you're literally not charging.
Well, first
enough,
off, I'm going to go back to what you said in Bar's class. If you have enough time to track your percentage of closing rate, you're not doing enough consultations.
Yeah, it's like, that's a tough like, people ask, well, like, what's your closing rate? And it's like, I don't really know, because like,
we're just booking.
We do consults every day, all fucking day. If a contract expires, you're just to the wayside and back in the funnel, and I don't fucking know. Like, I'm counting contracts signed. That's all.
That's the bottom line.
We get on the phone with tire kickers constantly because we don't, we're just going to send you a contract. If you do or you don't, whatever, we're going to send 50 of them. Who cares? 35 of them will book and we don't worry about the other 15.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't track percentages of shit booked. It's like you can kind of figure it out.
Right.
You can do the head math. Is this worth my money? Is this not worth my money?
I sure know it's not 90% though.
Yeah,
that's one thing I know is if 90%, if it's like 90, imagine booking 90% of your leads.
You couldn't do it.
You'd be full after a week.
Unless you have 0 leads coming in.
That's like a stupid thing to say. That you should be ashamed if you book 90% of your leads.
I mean, we probably book. I'll say if they come in the office, we're fucking booked.
Oh yeah,
they sit down in this chair. I put the fucking Southern Charm on them, and they're buying something.
You're like pull your shirt down a little bit.
But like just random stuff. I don't have a number, but I would think it would be closer to 60, 70. Like it's not 90% because again, y'all are probably the same. You're in the South, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Do y'all consider yourself the South? Wait, South
Absolutely.
Carolina?
No, we're definitely South.
I'm from the North, so I don't really know. But everyone says this is the South.
Okay, so
North Carolina or not, it's
we got the country bumpkins that don't have any fucking money. So booking 100% of that, it's not gonna happen. But I'll take 60% of people's money.
Yeah, well, you don't want 100% because then your prices are too low. If no one's saying no, you got to find the sweet spot. So you still got to fill up. If you're filling up, but you're charging maximum dollar, that's the sweet spot, and that's what you should be doing. And 60% sounds about right, but 90%, you need to bring your prices up so you book less. You're
gonna make the same amount of money. You're just not gonna work as hard.
It's just a stupid thing to say.
You can't tell DJ shit. They think they know everything. You try to tell them, and
anything you say in a DJ forum, you're gonna have someone argue with you that 2 + 2 isn't 4.
4 times 4 equals 8.
I went on a social media binge for 2 weeks and didn't post shit because people that know me, I post every fucking day something.
Yeah,
and whether it's on my story, on my timeline, or something. But I went 2 weeks, didn't post shit, and I generally felt better. It's like not reading the dumb fucking comments on DJ idea sharing. No offense if you're in DJ idea sharing, but
it's always DJ idea sharing, by the way. I'll just say
specifically. That's the best group ever.
Some people in there just not smart.
Yeah, I just love fucking with people. I live for that shit.
I was actually just telling Blake, I wish I could be Erik Massengale because his don't give a fuck radar is way up there.
And at this point, it's accepted too.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the biggest thing. Everyone knows they expect that from him.
So no one's mad about it.
Yeah, no one's like, oh, why do you say that?
I love it.
That's funny.
So, biz talk, because that's what we are trying to push this podcast to be, purely biz talk. So, what's your sort of breakdown right now, John? Like how many DJs you running? We
got 7. So our business is broken up into essentially six factors.
Okay.
Events, production, installs, sales, rentals, logistics.
And sales, is that dealer sales? Like you're operating you don't have a product you make, do you?
No, that's resale and shit.
Okay.
So we've got a Reverb store, Amazon store. We install a lot of this shit, so we get dealer pricing. Essentially, we're just resellers for a bunch of it. Mm-hmm. During COVID, I was thinking I was going to go bankrupt and out of business, so I paid a guy on Upwork to go through and basically cull the top 100 items from each of our distributors and then write the code and put that on Amazon. So we've got an Amazon store. It runs itself. Every morning our office manager, if we get a sale, I'm not saying it's a big part of our business, but if we get a sale, email pop up and we click a button, we don't touch it. It just
that's cool.
It sells itself.
Cool.
And it's stuff people are going to buy anyway, mic cables and stands and stuff like that. It's not a big money maker, but it's very passive income.
Yeah.
Also during COVID, I thought I was going to go bankrupt, trying to figure out what resources I can use to make some money. We started a trucking company. Those who know me know that ultimately, like production and touring is the goal. And logistics is a big part of touring across the country. So I figured, why not start the process now? Because insurance is fucking expensive. Why not start the process now? And then, get our grips, run some freight, see what happens. And if it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, we still got, something to fall back on. So logistics is one of them. But the top two is events, production, and then installs would fall under those. Those are our big three that keep us busy 9/10 of the time.
Nice. And
and that can be, so on the DJ side, we've got 7 event hosts. We work with a bunch of subcontractors that have their own companies as well. We do, I don't know, 300 or so weddings a year. 275, I would say 275 to 325, somewhere in that number. Events for DJ, the typical bullshit. And then production wise, we're really starting to hit a stride. I think in the past 2 years, we've made some purchases and working with my mentors and really putting some good things into place where we can, people are calling us for concerts and festivals, and it's right where I want to be, because I don't care if I DJ ever again. It doesn't. Fuck DJ. I love the art and the craft, and I enjoy coming up here because my house is 5 minutes up the road. I enjoy coming up here at night when my baby goes back to sleep, having a drink, mixing the shit that I want to mix in here. I enjoy that. DJing and playing the Cupid Shuffle and shit
is not,
bro,
that.
fuck that. I'm out because we're not on the West Coast. We're not on the East Coast. We're not like in Florida or like a trendy hotspot. We're playing the same shit every weekend. And that's not what I got into DJing for. I started in the bar and nightclub scene, but I'm not a bar and nightclub guy. I just enjoy the music. I'm a musician first. So I enjoy that, but the production side that's ultimately where I want to be. I want to tour and do concerts in arenas and shit like that.
From what I see on the internet, it looks like that's exactly what you're doing too.
We're getting there, man.
I see those huge line array concerts you throw. Jesus.
So what is the line array right now you're using?
JBL Vertec 4888s, the actives.
Ooh, okay.
Which isn't, it's not, I'm not going to front and like make people believe that they're mine. They're not. They're rented, but my mentor is in we are working on
rent to buy.
Right. That makes it beneficial for myself. Because he's getting older. I'm getting younger. So it makes sense. I'm not getting younger. I'm younger. But it makes sense where we're at, to rent it from him, and here in a little bit it'll be mine. So we're doing some cool shit. We got video walls.
I saw that.
We bought some lasers. We're doing cool shit, man. I can't complain. I'm literally right where I think I need to be. I think.
I mean, you got all the tools to do it, so.
The tools ain't, and that's a misconception that I even had myself. My thought was, if I had the gear, I could get the jobs.
No,
that's not always the case. I went out. Don't start a business the way I started a business. I started my business on fucking high interest credit card debt, buying shit that I didn't necessarily need. I didn't have the jobs for. I just wanted to own everything.
You realize that's how every single DJ in the event industry started, right?
They're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like even looking back on it, when I finally was able to secure financing from a bank for my business, looking back on it, I think I had like $110,000 worth of credit card debt at 29% interest. And talking to my banker, he said, look, if you only make like the minimum payment, this shit's going to take 140 years to pay off. You will never pay it off. And I was basically breaking even because I didn't know what I was doing. I was buying gear for jobs that I didn't have. Just spending money for no fucking reason, just to have it sit in the shop and collect dust. And I realize that's how a lot of people do it, but a lot of people.
I don't want to be that dude.
And that's 100% the belief, because I mean, look on YouTube for what is the popular YouTube video to post. Anything related to fucking gear.
Mm-hmm.
You post anything gear related, it's going to get 4 times the views anything else you post get.
Which is crazy because Vlogmas, I say I'm going to do Vlogmas every year and I always fuck it up because I get busy. But Vlogmas 2 years ago, I made a series on financials. And I think that's probably some of the most important information that I have ever released.
Mm-hmm.
I put it all out there. I got credit cards and I fucked up and I didn't do it the right way.
Yep.
Don't do it this way. Do it this way. I pretty much tell you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And those videos have, it's laughable the views those videos have versus videos on cheap DJ speakers. It's fucking ridiculous. DJs are stupid, and I'm one of them, so I'm stupid too.
Well, yeah, we're all starting out there. I'm bad. I actually had that mentality only because my mentor did exactly that, and somehow he made a good living off of it. But yeah, the dude up in Ohio I worked for literally just
for a lot of people
bought
until
shit.
It doesn't. Yeah,
he just got lucky in the fact that he's like the only game in town. So he's the only game in town. So he bought all the shit and just got all the shit and got all the events. So it worked out. But yeah.
Now, Rick, how many people do you have on your team now?
3 other DJs. So
3 other DJs. Erik Massengale, you're at 18 DJs. You're an animal. I don't want that headache.
Two of those, no, one of those is in training still, but they will be done in a month. So about to be the 18th.
The cap? Or
no, I want to hit like 25, I think.
Holy
I want to go. My goal is 25 by the end of 2022, and then we'll see about future goals. But I don't want there to be a cap. Like, what I'm trying to do
it's become a booking agency,
and we're kind of getting that way anyways, but yeah. I want there to be systems in place that it doesn't matter how many DJs I have, like whether it's 20, whether it's 700, I mean, all right, well, 700 was a big number, but you know what I mean? And it just doesn't really matter. And the systems are in place for everything to work fine. That's what I'm at least
managing the office. It's just Erik.
I have a dude that does the phone calls because I'm not good at them. But other than that, yeah, I do everything. That fucking automation shit, my dog.
Hey, automateyourdjp.com. I will say,
I haven't got to. I was about to say, John, are you running on Automate Your DJ?
In fact, I am. I don't know where I was in the automation process. I think I was probably one of the early adopters. And anybody that asked me about it, and it's more people than you would think.
Nice.
It's a game changer. Automateyourdjp.com. I'm not bullshitting you. This was before me and Erik were like as good of homies as we are now. It's good stuff. Erik can sometimes be a dick, but that's the Erik we love. But he's got a fantastic product, and it works.
Whatever, but so yeah. I mean, I'm trying to work it out, like, because my original game plan wouldn't allow that, and gotcha. my new game plan, it still doesn't allow that to that extent. But I'm figuring it out as I go, and I'm changing how the entire company runs, attempting to not run it into the ground in the process.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure my shit out. That's where I'm at.
I feel like that's always how it'll be, If you got it figured out, then that's boring.
Well,
like
my struggle is just finding DJs that fit what I'm trying to do with the business.
What are you trying to do? Tell me that.
Have like profile DJs.
Okay.
That are like super skilled.
You're trying to fill the luxury client market. Is that where you're?
Yes. So finding DJs with that talent level or even just the will to want to become that is really hard.
Where are you finding your people? Where are you searching for?
All over right now. The biggest thing
prisons.
Prisons, yeah, they're a big one. I need to get into reaching out to like the local colleges to see if I can find anybody willing to want to do it. Also from an assistance standpoint too. But right now the big one, because I'm at the point now where I can get anybody in and just start booking them like off the get go. Oh, the amount of leads we have flowing in, because that's my cap right now is literally just my DJs. I have enough leads and flow to support it, but right now I got one guy that DJs in clubs and bars in Raleigh, and I'm trying to get him to help me convince other guys in there to learn the wedding route.
Okay.
And a lot of them are just, they don't want to do it because the bars and clubs now in Raleigh are paying $400 a night to come DJ. And
it's not bad money.
It's not for a bar.
For a bar gig, and they're just DJing 4 hours, 10 to 2.
That's good.
4 hours, sometimes 3 hours. You show up with a laptop and a tiny little controller and just plug in. You're done.
Well, and he was saying a lot of the ones on like the Strip in Raleigh, they already have the equipment built in.
Typically, yeah.
They already have. Most of them have
the.
Yeah, they just bring their computer if they want, plug it in, and just go.
Yeah.
That's good money. I know most typical club sets here in the state, it might be more because I've been out of the scene for a while, but whenever I stepped away from bar and clubs, I was DJing for like 4 hours for like $250. I mean, it was stupid money. I don't know why I did it, but again, it was one of those things that it got me started.
We all did it.
I mean, when you're doing that, if you can do that 4 or 5 days a week,
yeah,
it's not that bad. And also those gigs come with like you DJ for a football game all of a sudden during the day and lunch,
right.
Because you have that plug, and so now you made $550 that day because the game paid $300 for some reason, and you're chilling. It's fun.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people that do that. It's not that bad,
Not bad.
I'd rather die, but I agree with you. I used to do it. It's a lot of upkeep. It's harder.
I would probably say so. Yeah.
Because you got to like stay on top of the friends and make sure, because those types of gigs are in and out. They're just done out of nowhere, no heads up. And you've had that job every Friday for 2 or 3 years, and it's like, all right, no Friday job done. You got to like sub it in for the next. So you got to have that next plug already with a good relationship. It's just like, and it's constant. The only thing you can count on is change.
That's it now.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But so go ahead.
I was about to say, my initial plan, like when I started my company, was like 50% school dances, corporate, 50% weddings, and then COVID fucked that. Because we had a good thing going lined up for 2020. We had like 14 school dances lined up, and then lost every single one of them.
The schools, that's probably a market that we could really we go after the collegiate stuff, but the like the proms and homecoming stuff.
I'm looking for the big ones. I want the ones that actually want to do some production.
Even the bigger ones, I don't like doing them because they make me uncomfortable. I can't, like, I'm an older guy. I don't want to see like 16-year-old kids dancing on each other. Fuck that. I'm out. We do a lot of the college stuff, the formals and fraternity stuff, and even stuff, student life activities on campus.
Yeah.
But the school market isn't something we've really captured on, just because. What's the sales cycle with that? How long are you working with these schools before they really start spending good money with you?
It depends. It's normally when you got to do one event for them to make them, like, you got to do one at a pretty discounted rate for them to realize what they're getting in comparison to what they had been getting.
Yeah.
That's what most of them did, and that's what sucked for me, is because 2019 I had those like 5 initial schools where I showed them what the hell we can do, and then I had them all rebooked for like triple the amount of money, and they told other schools. Because once you get the kids, at least in our area, we have so many schools within one county that once you get the kids talking at a few of them, there's a lot of trickle over that are going to those other proms, and they start telling like, yo, we should go there. So I like went heavy in 2019 and into 2020, and then like I haven't even bothered to pick up the phone and call any schools. I think we're doing like 3 this year, but like it's we pivoted so hard to weddings that it's enough to fill us up right now if we're just doing weddings. But
How many weddings are you guys doing on average?
last year we did 60 just between me and Marcellus.
Okay.
And this year we have 4 DJs, and I think we're at 75 booked right now. We'll be somewhere over 100.
Nice, man. That's good. And that's shit. You just moved to North Carolina. What? You've been there 2 years now?
2019 was the first full year, so this is
Okay.
year 4, year 3 if you just discount 2020 as a non-year.
That's a big jump. I mean, I was thinking for a while about moving to Dallas,
Yeah,
just
you were.
to get more opportunity and access to stuff, and making picking up a business and moving it. That's a big step, man.
There's a
Kudos to
lot
you.
of shit in Dallas, dude. Though.
There's a bunch.
There's a
bunch.
fuckload of competition.
There's that too. My goal, if I was going to move, I was going to leave the event side here and pick up the production stuff and take it there. Because I don't want to be a wedding DJ in Dallas. Again, there's way too much competition. I've
that's
got
what I was
a
saying.
good friend of mine. He owns one of the best DJ companies in Dallas. It's like, why? If I want to be a wedding DJ there, I just go work for him. But
Yeah.
it's not what I want to do. So we would try to ultimately make the wedding side passive, and then I would send just the production stuff to a different area, Dallas, and then we're only 5 hours away, so I could come back maybe on Monday or Tuesday, a day trip, check in here if I needed to, and then go home. But again, I'm already busy enough, and it sounds ridiculous. Nobody's got time for it. Nobody's got time.
Well, I mean, if you hired enough people underneath you, start getting some managers in place, you could do it.
And we've got an office manager here, Kayla, and the shop manager Blake, my right hand man. That was another transition we went through in 2020, 2021, hiring people. It was a weird feeling because it's like I don't know if this is going to work out because it was right in the middle of a pandemic, right? I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to hire some people and see what happens. Hopefully, if I hire them, they'll take some load off of my plate so I can work on the business instead of working in the business. But it's worked out well. Having people here to take off some of that minutia, that bullshit, and allow me to make contacts with vendors and venues and just different people that you'd never know, going out to networking events, stuff like that. It's paid off tenfold just having employees here, or having someone here at least, to where I can go and do other shit, bring business in.
All right, so I got a couple questions based on that. Well, one was one of the ones I wanted to ask you in terms of and it's a lot for the crowd that's in here. What is like some of the most crucial things, or not really crucial, but the things you've done that maybe other people wouldn't think of doing that has like yielded the biggest success in terms of like moving your business forward with connections, with gaining business that you might not have gotten some other way? Like, what were some of those things you've done?
Especially in the past 6 to 8 months, we've made some big jumps in the past 8 months or so. Hiring people. I always knew I was going to get to that point where I would need somebody here to manage, DJ event planner, or just taking phone calls. Because again, talking on the phone almost gives me anxiety. Fuck this phone. I hate it.
I'll give you a call after this.
Right. Find somebody that's good and has good social skills and can hold a conversation, and let them do it. And then there's like all of the technical stuff, building racks and charging uplights and making sure shit's out and ready to go. Having somebody to take care of that. So when we roll in on a Saturday morning, as DJs are coming in to pick up their gear, I don't have to sit there Thursday and Friday trying to, figure out what monogram goes here or what uplight goes to this room. Those gaining that time back, because again, as you get busier, it's the commodity that you can't make more of, and you always need. Hiring people definitely has been the biggest game changer in my business. It's cost me some money, but at the same time, it's also probably paid itself tenfold. Having somebody here to pick up the phone and I can continue working on a job somewhere, or being able to send Blake on a parts run, to our distributor who's only 45 minutes away. Let's say we're working on a church install and we need some mic install cable. Our distributor's 45 minutes away, but at the same time, my time is pretty fucking valuable. So why not send Blake or someone to do that? It's a 45-minute drive there. They're going to bullshit for 30 minutes minimum, and then a 45-minute drive back. That's 2 hours. You can get a lot of shit done in 2 hours. So hiring people, number one. Number two is something I'm still working on. It's putting, systems in place, SOPs, standard operating procedures to just put some, I don't know, some structure behind the business. Because I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs and DJ company owners, we're always just trying to figure shit out, but there's never really a document that says this is how you do this thing. That's what we're trying to work on through the first couple quarters of this year. Really refining a system, putting a system in place. So when we start to push for hiring new talent or hiring more people in the office, salespeople, I'll probably 2022, my goal is to hire a salesperson here at the office, and then hire another a shop person to go out with Blake. But having some systems in place to where I don't always have to stop what I'm doing to explain how to do something to someone else. Game changer. Yeah. So I would say hiring people and having operating procedures in place has really changed the makeup of my business, and it's made it it's made it easier on me.
Cool.
For sure.
So my second question was kind of, and you answered a little bit of it, but what does like your office manager do? Like in terms of like how often, or is it like a part-time thing where they're there like a few days? So like 40 hours a week? What?
It started out as a part-time gig, moved into full-time, just because I realized it, she was here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, she wasn't. She's here Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, worked Thursday. I started to realize that Wednesday, that's probably our busiest day for booking people. It's right at the midweek. If they reached out over the weekend, they've had a chance to look at our pricing. By this time, they're probably on our automation where they're getting emails. If we send it out on a Sunday, we're 3 days in now, so they'll start replying back to those emails. And then it's also the busiest day for me being out of the office, because nobody wants you to come look at their sound system that needs work, or they're wanting to put in a video switcher or something. Nobody wants to do anything on Monday. Tuesday, it's usually playing catch up from the DJ shit. So Wednesday really is like the prime for me to get out and start working other things other than event stuff. And not having somebody here really kind of, sucked, because I was always either picking up my phone call, answering text messages, or trying to send emails. And it just didn't work. It didn't work. So essentially I hired her to be my replacement. So everything I was doing beforehand, setting up client calls with DJs, doing all of the billing, all of the DJ event planner stuff, talking to our planners and our coordinators, designing monograms. Like basically she does my job, and then I do the higher level stuff. So reconciling QuickBooks and balancing the books, putting together those production proposals that she doesn't have much knowledge on, and then gaining new business. That's my job. But her job essentially is taking care of the DJs, taking care of the clients, signing contracts, and basic admin stuff.
Cool.
It's funny. I remembered. So I keep a to-do list. Well, I keep like 50 to-do lists.
Nice.
Just because anytime it crosses my mind, if I don't write it down, I'll forget.
You need tick, dude.
Whatever. But fucking document all DAO processes is the top thing on my to-do list. Because it just like they pile up, and then I make new ones, and they delete goes to the top.
Yeah, no, that's hilarious too, because it's actually if I go
to a list.
If I go to my Fusion stuff right here, literally under improvements, I gotta scroll over improvements, training, marketing improvements. And training talks about documenting the processes.
I think we've all got those lists. Like mine is right there. It's just there's
just
always
so
something
long.
to do. It's just there's always something to do. So it's let her do the shit that I can train her on, or stuff that I don't want to take control, or like kind of let the reins go off of yet, and try to gain new business.
Yeah.
So she does everything. You call the office, you're going to talk to her. You're not going to talk to me. If you're talking to me, it's a bad day.
It's a bad day. She called off that day.
Yeah. And then Blake's job essentially is all of the other bullshit. So I got lucky with Blake. Blake's my brother, essentially. I've known him the better part of 20 years. He's got formal training in audio, went to school for recording sciences. Like, he knows his shit. So I kind of lucked out there to be able to pull somebody in that knew stuff that I didn't know. I've taught him stuff that he didn't know that I knew. It's worked out well, but he's doing a lot of stuff. He's building cable. He's going out to we've got clients now that we've done installs on. So he's running maintenance plans and going by and simple stuff like blowing out audio consoles. I don't want to, it's A, it's a moneymaker, but B, it's a minutia job. I can send him out, have him make the company some money, but yet I can sit here and work or not be here, be able to take back some of that freedom. I'm trying to buy back time, essentially. Put people in place to have them do my job, and then have some more time to myself, and then use that time that I've gained to try to grow the business.
Cool. Like it. So your office manager, did you put up a hiring thing for that and find a random person, or was it a relative?
No, I actually worked with her back when I was I used to work for a uniform company. She was one of my homies that I worked with there, and she was a stay-at-home mom. And I was looking. I put out a video post, and then I think I did it on Indeed. I put one out on Facebook, and I just kept getting fucking duds, just duds. It's tough. I thought hiring somebody would be one of the easiest things that I did, because
me too.
I'm all about giving opportunities. I come from nothing.
Yeah.
I'm poor, broken, homeless. So I'm trying to pay somebody well to do a job, because I have nothing else. This is all I have. I'm not an educated guy. I'm a 2-time college dropout. This is all I have. So trying to find somebody that won't rob you blind and will show up on time is a lot fucking tougher than I thought. So when all those duds, didn't work out, I started reaching out to people that had jobs, and I, trying to lure them in. Hey, let me pay you a little bit more. Me, we're homies. Come work.
And that's how it works in industry too. It's amazing how many people, one person moves to a new company that offers better things, and they pull the other people that they work with, yo, let me get you in here.
Yeah.
I stole a bunch of DJs recently.
What?
Eric,
give me a hint. I want to know I want to know the company you stole. Was it a local company?
I don't care. Oh, I didn't steal them.
Well, they were
with
W-9,
intention
so
of stealing them.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, it was all
It's not even-
subcontracted crap.
They just
But-
liked what you offered better.
Yeah, it's called gigs and money.
Now, are you when you're bringing these new guys in, or guys that you have stolen? Are they?
It's not.
Are they? Do they have their own company, or are they working for another company?
Well, each I guess would be different. But they're all completely subcontracted, no strings attached to other companies. It's just when I say stole, I was kind of joking, but either way, we were doing 15 weddings for this company, but then they see that I'll give them 25, but I need those 15 if I'm going to give you 25. So they're like, all right, well, I'm just going to do 25 with you instead. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that other company. I'm not trying to have bad blood, but at the same time, fuck.
It's
you.
a business.
Yeah, I just want to know what company after this.
Yeah.
Or what predominant company.
Sound and light.
Say what?
All my guys are W-2, so you can't do that. My 3 guys.
We were talking before the show. We were talking about W-2, 1099. I think me and Eric are probably pretty similar on contractors versus employees.
Yeah, you are now. Talked to him a year ago.
Yeah, I've heavily changed my stance. Heavily changed my stance.
Rick, does it work out better for you to have the guys as W-2 people? Is that?
I feel like it's just, in my personal opinion, the route I'm going is that way in terms of building profile guys, because I can't have a headline profile guy that can get his own gigs by himself as a W-9, because he will just do that.
He'll just do that.
I want it more like we have headline guys that are all contracted out through Fusion Sound and Lighting, which gives the ability for people looking for luxury events to have options so that we can fill everyone up versus one guy trying to fill all of his calendar and having all these extra ones and trying to pass them around. It just benefits everyone better. If that's what I'm trying to. That's kind of the gist. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense.
You might have one guy that's like a super headline guy like myself, but I'm trying to make it so that I have the other guys within me. And the same thing with the other guys like Marcellus he's at the point now where he could probably get enough referrals on his own to do something, but he benefits from partnering with other big guys to help build one big brand, if that makes sense. Kind of like a record label.
Did he come down from Ohio with you? That's
officially
dedication, man.
Officially moved with his girlfriend. He dragged her down here too. She works for the company now too. She's my office manager, but she's a part-time because she's got a full-time job as well. Okay. But yeah, he officially moved in I want to say it was like June of last year. Yeah, he officially moved finally. He'd been saying he was going to do it for 2 years, and they finally did it.
And he's your right-hand guy?
He would be my right-hand guy in the business right now, 100%. Me and him are the top two.
Awesome. Very good.
I'm trying to keep it like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like with what I was talking about, like building up to a zillion DJs or whatever. Like, first, I can't rely on relationships with other vendors to get gigs. I have to rely on just marketing
yourself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I also can't rely on the profile of an employee, because the second you do that,
they're the lead and you don't have a brand anymore.
It's like you could get strong armed in some way. And that's great for them. And I'm not even saying I'm preventing them from doing their own thing. If you get past us, then so be it, whatever. I just want to be able to replace you in a heartbeat and keep our stride rolling. And obviously relationships with coordinators, I'm not like turning that away. That would just be the icing on the cake, but that's not our goal, you know.
One and dones, as you said in the last one.
One and dones, that's the reason we can't double our price, is because we would then rely on relationships with coordinators to charge that amount, which we cannot do.
And my only thing about, and I had thought about it because you mentioned it last year, getting strong arm, and I thought about it for like the last couple of weeks. The only way I can think a guy would try and strong arm me is asking for more money,
right?
And then it's as simple as upping his price.
And
because each of my guys have their own price point.
And you're not wrong. However, you just got strong-armed. If that is the case, that is the definition of strong-arming.
Yes, but like it doesn't hurt me though.
A guy forced you to do something in his favor. Period. And you did it because you were strong-armed, which it may not be a problem, but that is what I am avoiding.
But in general, I mean, as long as you have those, I'm not expecting, like, everyone has their own price in my company. You all have your own price. Every single 6 months, I sit down with each one of them personally and talk about, like, where you at? What do you feel? Should we charge more for your event, etc. I'm trying to prevent that from becoming a strong arm in that way, because I want my guys to charge what they're worth.
Mm-hmm.
And if
who came up with the base pricing for the guys? Is that on you?
Where we're at now. So yeah, I kind of recommend to them where I think I'm going to be able to book them at. So like it's purely based on profile. Like it's big on profile. So like my profile in the company is this big, Marcellus is this big, and then like the next guy is like down here. So like where me and Marcellus are at, I can't charge that for you. And I like break that down to him. Like, I need to provide a method for people to want to book you because your content basically shows little to no value in terms of what they're looking for someone up here. So
but if you give it a couple years, you could be, where
as we develop more content, and there was a plan in place this year, I bought all the guys GoPro rigs with the batteries. So they're going to go to every event, press record the whole event. If it was a bomb gig, all right, fine, whatever. If there was any issues at the event, it's covered. We can go back and watch the footage and prove what happened and what didn't happen. Hopefully that never happens. But if it's a great venue or a great event for them, I just take the footage and shoot it over to my editor, say, hey, chop this up, and we'll put it up on their profile, and they can post it all over and look like and get more and more videos of how good they really are. That's huge for me because I don't see a lot of DJs where you can go on their website and like watch 20 videos of how they DJ, how they MC, all these different crowds and stuff.
You can't go to my website and do that.
I
actually deleted all of our DJ bios off of our website.
Even
the employee people that have been with me for 4 years, I was like, this is counterproductive.
Do you still have the mixing video up there?
Yeah, dude, it's...
Because I remember you saying that was like a big thing that people were like, oh, I want that guy. He knows how to mix.
Yeah, they'll say that, and we'll immediately be like, they all do that.
They all do that.
We'll give you whoever you.
So
get.
Eric, when somebody sends an inquiry to the office, what's your booking process on who gets the gig?
We don't tell them. We just book. Like, I know I have 12 DJs available because 3 subs are a little different, like with their availability. So I like get that. Scheduled ahead of time, so I know, Saturday in May I've got 12 slots to fill. So I'll book 12 gigs, and then I'll just shuffle, not literally shuffle, but I'll choose the best DJ for the job and do the assigning later on.
Okay.
Yeah. And what is it? Is it still like 3 months out when you start assigning all the DJs to their events?
We tell them 1 month out.
1 month out,
but it just kind of depends.
Gotcha.
Like I just got the email today to do mid-March, so I'll probably do all of March and like April.
Yeah. So my like process is like flip that on its head. So like you see all the profiles of every single DJ. You can schedule meetings with each one of them, and then you're like booking that. That's like the one thing you're not changing. It's like you pick the one DJ that's available on your date. You're locked. That is your DJ. That is your date.
Yeah, it's an attractive thing to a subcontractor how we do it though. Also,
yeah, I can
because the sub, I'm like, you're working this October Saturday, but you don't have to think about it until 10 days out. You get a text message. You got to call this lady at 2:00 on Tuesday. Do the 20-minute phone call. Go do the gig. That's the only commitment, that's the only work you've had prep wise.
And then I would imagine it's pretty attractive for them too, because they can flex their dates a little bit leading up to it. They can be like, hey, so like October 7th, I know you told me, but like say it's like 3 months in advance, like I really can't do it. I have like another thing now.
If they said that, I would fucking kill them.
Okay. Do you like make them lock in like certain dates? Like, these are the dates that I will be booking you.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how that works.
In DJ Event Planner, I have a status called sub date hold. And I go through, and it's the dates I know we're gonna fill up
every Saturday in October.
We're in agreement that I've got you on June 11th, whatever it is, and I'll stack them. I know I have 10 subs or whatever on that date, and then if I don't book them, I'll pay them to take the day off as like I fucked you.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good. That works out good for everybody.
So
yeah. I look the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like if you don't, you're bound to run in some problems. And the money, I mean, it's there anyways. Like it's fine. And it's not like I'm paying them the full amount, but it's I'll pay them a couple $100 and to not work. And I'll also tell them a month in advance.
Yeah. Hey, I couldn't.
You got $200. You can probably still go get a club gig, and then you come out even.
Or you can take your girl out on a nice dinner that's free.
Yeah, or just like whatever the hell you do, though. So I feel like that's fair. And I also tell them prior to any of those agreements, that is the case. That's not like a blind side.
So question for you and just in general, because it got brought up to me from a couple people asking kind of like the background of how I've hired a few people in the company and how it works. Do you have contracts, like legal contracts in place for these people?
No.
Or like job descriptions of like what they're like your office manager, did you have them like, here's your job description of what you will be doing?
Yeah, that's a part of that
I guess
procedure thing that we're trying to build out. We're
Yeah.
still working on it. It's a lot. I mean, because that's whenever I hired the office manager, essentially she's like, okay, so what do I do? And I'm like, fucking do my job. But then I've got to,
itemize the job.
It's always something different,
Yeah.
so that's something that takes time to build out, is like that operating procedure. But then once you get it done, anyone essentially is replaceable.
Yep.
And when you get to that point where somebody's not strong arming you and they don't have that control, because like right now, say Kayla was to quit, I would be fucked.
Right.
Because we're still working on these docs. So the next person that comes in, I've got to spend another, Kayla's been here right at a year now. So now I've got to spend another year trying to train somebody how to do her job, essentially.
Yeah.
And I've lost that time, which again is the thing I have the least amount of. But like contracts for DJs, we don't have essentially contracts for them because Arkansas is a right to work state. So it'd be tough to enforce it, so why even have it?
Right. I've heard at least that those contracts are just bullshit.
Yeah.
And therefore, a contract is bad blood. Like I just don't like the vibe it puts off. If I don't trust you, I don't want to hire you anyways. And
anyway,
and I mean that very well may fuck me over
too.
one day. I don't know, but I'm like you said, like it's all uphill from here. I've seen the worst of the worst in life, and I trust people a lot. Sometimes more than I should, but so far so good. It's worked out in my favor so far.
Yeah, and as long as if that's if you continue to support that sort of characteristic of your company, that's like a family company, and you are supporting them constantly, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Alexa, studio on. Damn, lights shut
I was
off.
about to say, did something turn off? There it is.
Yeah, the smart house, all the lights shut off around this time of night. They start to wind down,
me and my wife just bought a new house.
I was hoping we would talk about
it. Trying to get that, like the smart home shit figured out. Bro, you can spend some money quick.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about it.
But it's the coolest thing in the world.
These lights in here, they're all Hex smart pucks. So
really?
Each of these lights can change colors.
You can't beat that. You might have to send me some links.
So I went in and installed like over 80 puck lights in this house because it was old 70s wiring, so there wasn't like barely any lights anywhere.
Right.
I put normal just white pucks in a lot of areas. They run about like $7 a piece. And they're just like literally you just take a hole saw bit, cut it, and then pop them in.
Really?
Yeah, I got a video on it. Go watch the Avocado House.
Okay.
The smart ones, they're more like 25 a piece though, so they get pricey quick.
Pricey, yeah.
Especially if you're like don't look to do like a kitchen that has like 12 lights in it. Just buy yourself a smart switch for $20 and call it quits.
I'm interested in learning more about the smart house stuff. It's one of those things. It's time to live a little, make your house do cool shit, right? It's
Chat me up. Your best bud Glenn talked to me a while back about how to do some stuff for his house.
Glenn's house. I've been to his house. It's fucking wild.
Glenn.
Really? Roush.
Glenn Roush.
Yeah.
You've worked with Glenn, haven't you, Eric?
I'm currently working with him.
Oh,
That's what I was.
yeah.
Like,
really
yeah.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I was wondering when he would get on that.
Yeah.
Did he get
You want to talk about a company that's impressive? Glenn.
That's literally earlier why I said I was like, there's some shit in Dallas. That's exactly why I said that.
His company is a machine. We're working together this summer. He's doing a big thing where the Dallas Stars play. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about this, but we're providing the audio.
there's not enough people here.
they're impressive. That's a guy that's got his shit together.
I
They've
know.
got.
I mean, because I
already
feel like I
proceeded.
have it going on all the time, and then you see someone like that, and you're like,
Yep,
"Fuck."
yep. Yeah, you ain't doing shit.
I
right?
know,
It's like,
I know, dude. Blah.
Well, what's his nickname? It's like Nate always calls him
G-Money.
G Money. Is it G Money or Money Man Roush or something? Money Man G.
yep,
G Money.
either or.
G Money though. I remember that one. Yeah, that's what Nate always called him at the show. G Money. What a.
I typically am talking to
Good people.
Ed,
Good people
but
for sure.
either way, yeah.
He runs like 2 DJ businesses, right? He's got like the low end one and the high end one or something.
I think he's got a budget brand.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or
they
brands,
got
I guess.
LaForce, right. They've got
Simply
the mainstays,
DJs
people
and
like
LaForce.
Nate and
Yeah,
Justin
LaForce.
the DJ and Matt Murphy. Those guys.
He's
and
got
then,
some headline guys on the company, which is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. They're doing it right, man. It's a fucking machine. He's doing it right. Kudos on him.
So did he get the same video wall you did?
He got, what did he get? I think he got indoor stuff. He got 2.6.
But like you bought yours direct from the
Direct
supplier.
from China.
Yeah.
Direct,
Okay.
Yeah. Art Fox. I mean, Art Fox has places in America now. They've got a showroom in Dallas,
cool.
a showroom in LA, and a showroom in New York, I believe.
Oh, really? Cool.
I think they bought their stuff from direct from China. I don't think they went Art Fox, but this stuff looks good.
Both Light needs to give me a studio space in Greensboro. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, we're getting towards that time.
Now this fresh baby can't be going till 11. No.
Yeah,
more.
we went until
bro,
11
yeah,
with
you
bar.
gotta get your ass home. Me and Rick were talking. It's like, how's the baby now? A
5
week?
days.
Yeah, you gotta get home, man. That's one of those things.
This dude was like, "Yeah, just day 3. Yeah, I'll come do the podcast on Tuesday on day 3."
Bro.
Oh, and John's like, "Just word of advice, no."
Don't let him do it. I was like, dude.
You
And I was
said
like, yeah,
that,
that's
and
a good
I
idea.
was
The girl
like,
may say she doesn't care. That they remember.
it was. He said, "Let's just do it Thursday." And John said, "Do it Thursday," and I was like, okay.
I was
I'm a
wondering.
commitment.
He's
if
a
I make a
commitment guy.
commitment, I'm gonna go. Like,
Right.
I had a podcast with Cleveland or Terry,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
One
Oh yeah,
time,
this is the great story.
and we're in an ultrasound, and Cleveland messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, 15 minutes, and I was like, and I had forgotten, and I like look at the nurse, and I look at Rachel, I was like, I have to go. I was like, I don't know, I have to leave, and
You got the Tesla though. You can do it from the car.
I had driven though, and I drove home, and Rachel had to Uber home, like
No
from her
shit.
ultrasound,
Yes.
and she,
You are a savage. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
mean, and she's used to it at
Yeah,
this
she
point.
gets it. That's part of the
it's
job.
fine.
That's
what she
but
needs to do. Yeah.
but that was really shitty because I'm not trying to be that workaholic level, you know.
Now before we get out of here,
Uh-huh.
what's on the horizon for Eric and Dow Oak, and what's on the horizon for Rick and Fusion?
I want to do 600 weddings this year.
Holy fuck.
That's my goal.
That's a bunch.
Is that G Money level? No, I already know it's
No.
not. I already know it's. Well,
I don't know because they don't only do weddings, and their price point it makes that number irrelevant.
he had a presentation in Vegas where they did like 1,000 events in 1 year.
Oh yeah, I've seen their.
Yeah,
I've
so-
straight up looked at their numbers. They're killing me.
Anyways,
It's
not
even
to interrupt
comparable.
you. Continue. 600.
And I would like to go over $1 million in revenue, but we'll see. That's like my just out of reach type of goal. I doubt it'll happen, but that would be what I want.
Okay.
It's funny.
Rick?
Those are like the 2 goals I always like put out there, like how many events and what's the revenue.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to break 100, which is going to be pretty easy to do. Or maybe I changed it. I have to go look. I printed out the sheet like a week ago and put it up on the board, and the numbers are just up there. Like I'll look at them when I'm back in game mode to get going. I know revenue wise, I want to hit $250,000 just on the DJ side of the company. There's other facets of the company I'm going to be expanding into this year. One of them is actually going to be Christmas light installations.
Yeah, you did a bunch of that last year, didn't you?
Those just, more or less one ginormous fucking project just landed in my lap for this dude that owns the Miller Distribution Company in Greensboro.
Nice.
So that one landed in my lap, and then I started researching like Christmas light installations, how that works and whatnot. Like there is so much money to be made in installing Christmas lights, like commercial grade Christmas lights for just people that have money to do it, like people that are willing to spend a grand or two to go put up Christmas lights. So me and the guys, we were looking at it, we're like, if we can do this right, because there's no company in Greensboro that does it. There's one in Charlotte, there's one in Raleigh, there's nobody in Greensboro. Greensboro is a very rapidly expanding market. So we're going to push heavy and see what we can do this year. And it might just be we shut off our calendar for DJ events in November and December and just do fucking Christmas light shit. There's not much going on those times anyways.
Both of y'all are in Greensboro?
Yeah.
Is that the same town as Justin Reed?
No, he's in
town?
Greenville.
He's
right?
out. He's about 3 hours
Greenville.
away.
Okay.
South
gotcha.
Carolina. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Greensboro. We got Joe Bunn over here in Raleigh right next to us, about an hour and a half away.
Okay.
And then you got all the guys down in Charlotte, which is about an hour down south. So we're in a cool spot. I love this spot because you can target Raleigh and Charlotte at the same time.
It's a good
And
prime.
Greensboro's growing pretty rapidly right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair size for sure.
At least on the horizon for Greensboro. Toyota just announced their $1 billion electric EV plant is going to be here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And Boom, it's a new supersonic jet company that's going to, like the Condor. It's a new company that has a more energy efficient one. Their manufacturing facility will be here in Greensboro, utilizing our runway. So I don't know if you knew those two things.
I didn't.
Now, Rick, you still have your day job? Day job still there?
So did I ever update you that I quit the one and started new?
Mm-mm.
So I quit Goodyear in October. I was actively looking from August of last year. August was my birthday, so it was like life-changing time. Like it was just too much of a time commitment. Found a new company in Burlington, which is only 30 minutes away. I was driving an hour. So less commute, same money, and I gained an extra week of vacation. And their vacation scheme is like you accrue it. So I just gain more and more and more. It's not like a use it, lose it scheme, which is nice. So I can go negative and I can go positive throughout the year as I need to be.
Okay. So are you still on the engineering side?
Yeah, so I'm engineering. I don't have to work weekends anymore either. I had to do one weekend a month. But that kind of, so I was at a breaking point at Goodyear that like I was either going to find a new job or I was going to quit and go full time because I couldn't do both at that point. Right now, this job has got enough perks on the vacation and the flexibility. And now I have like a dedicated hour lunch that I can go sit down at a shop and do emails and shit and keep the business running. And I've hired more people. So I put myself in a position now that I'll be able to maintain until we get into the stupid busy fall season. So I'll have another self-reflection probably about August of this year if I want to continue doing that or just because I could do it now. Last year was the first year I've ever made more money in my company and all the other facets of shit I'm doing than I do in my personal day job. So 1 year it's hard to just be like, yeah, I'll go for it. I just had one great year.
You want to make sure that's maintained.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure, and we're off to a hell of a damn start in 2022. I've been very impressed with just the
Awesome,
bookings and everything. So
Hopefully
hopefully I'll be.
killing it, man. Both of y'all are killing it.
What's on your horizon? I mean,
For me, getting operating procedures in place is a big one because as the company grows, we're like putting these building blocks together. If we can just there's some big stuff coming, and the pieces are there, but we need to have like some formality in how we're going about it. If we're
so it comes easy.
If we're gonna be a business, let's do it right. You go to Walmart, they've got orientation. You go through all your shit whenever you get hired on. So why not? There's a reason why. Glenn is talked to me a bunch about operating procedures and essentially being if you've got these systems in place, you can start to retract and pull yourself away a little bit more, which is where I'm at because I don't come from much. I grew up poor. I've been homeless. Right now shit's the best it's ever been. and I think I've reached a point to where I I want to like not work 120 hours in a week. You know, I don't want to have to hustle as hard. If I can get these procedures in place, I can retract a little bit away from the company. That way I can spend more time with my family. You know, I got a almost 2-year-old boy, you know, and now we're thinking about the next kid, and we
He's
just
2
moved
years
and,
old now.
What's that?
He's 2 years old now.
Yeah, it'd be 2 in May, man. It just like fucking time moves so quick, and
Oh my God.
and me not having a dad growing up, like my main focus,
Dad.
number 1 is my wife, number 2 is my kid, number 3 is the business. But I'm in reality, and this is me being honest. In reality, it's more like business, kid. You know, it's just
That's the
there's so
entrepreneur.
much shit. You know, there's so much shit going on the business. I'm trying to maintain and make it grow, and everybody's got dreams and aspirations. But I can't grow the thing until there's a little bit more structure in it.
Yeah.
And that's not to say we're making good money, and we're staying busy. But at the same time, the busier we get, the less I want to work, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So I'm trying to make for 2022 get procedures in place where the wedding event side is as passive as possible. I don't have to fuck with it at all. That's the goal.
Sounds like
I
you need
wanna-
to talk
I
to
wanna-
Eric over here about making some improvements to up it
Eric,
even
let's
more.
stop. Eric, let's stop. But
I
yeah, I want to
think you
make
can.
the event side as passive as possible. And then from there, I really want to, you know, especially 2023, because that's when our business loan starts to really die down, and we'll have a little bit more money in our pockets, and essentially we can do whatever we want to. If the event side is passive, I can focus all my attention on growing the production stuff, because again, at the end of the day, I want to tour and do. I want to throw rock shows for 20,000 people. Ultimately, that's the goal for me. So this year, it's getting procedures in place to where I can pull away from the event side, really focus on my home and family life, and put more of my professional attention towards the production side of things.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. System structure. It's literally one of the biggest things in any business that is overlooked, and it's the most important.
As you grow, it's just like you realize the screws are not tight.
The screws are right.
You
think
were
you're
the
well-
screws.
Ah,
As you
right.
expand,
and that would be like
you realize
tightening
that.
that shit
Yeah.
down.
And that's you know, that's one of those things. There's a book called 2-Second Lean, or 2% Lean. A lot of people need to just. It's talking about shaving 2 or 3 seconds off of a thing that you're doing, and then you can put systems in place to make that shit work. Stuff like that, which isn't incredibly sexy, is starting to excite me more. Like, I'm not a numbers guy. I used to be terrible with money, but now that like we're working at numbers that I've never seen before, it's like, okay, so we're making good money. How can we cut our expenses to make more money? Like,
Right.
getting into
Right.
the
Once
nuts
you
and
set that
bolts
bar,
of-
you got to double
Right.
the bar. I hear that.
It's like hitting that stride to where you're for the longest time I was so focused on not going broke. Now that I know I'm not going broke, it's all about how can I maximize my time and my energy to make me the most money. And I used to think that was like a super conceited, like fucked up thing to say, because money's not everything. It's not. But at the same time, I want a Tesla too. So, fuck it. You know,
It's a good,
Hey,
it's
you
a
got a
good
big-
measurement of
you got that big
success. I mean, it is.
Or-
You know,
Right, you
at
know.
least in business, it's a metric to track.
it's a metric.
I mean, you got that boss truck though.
Yeah, man. You know, it's,
I bet your
that's-
truck
it's my
costs you more
boss's-
than my
It's not
Tesla.
mine. It's my boss's. You know, I just.
I was wondering if you catch my little joke there. I didn't
Yeah.
want to be rude or anything, but like that was
No, man.
dude,
I saw
that irked me so much
Let's
when I
not
read
even
that.
go on to
But
that.
anyways,
Goddamn.
yeah. No, your truck probably does cost more than his Tesla.
I'm sure it does. Sure it does.
No, I got a good deal on it, man.
He got a good deal on his,
worth-
too.
I got a fucking good deal. Okay?
He didn't buy new.
Now than it is when I bought it 2 years ago. I found that truck. I guess this year will be 2 years that I've had it. Found it on the internet. Flew to Atlanta, drove it home, paid $45,000 for it.
Okay.
I got a call from a dealership like a month ago. They want to give because you can't fucking get a dually truck right now. It's just
No, you can't.
it's crazy.
It's
crazy.
insane.
They offered me. I bought it for 45. They offered me 62,000 for it.
Damn.
But the problem is
You can't find one.
you can't find one, so you're
you
fucked
can't
again.
get a
So,
new one.
yeah. It's,
They did the same with my fucking Tacoma because they can't keep them on the lot. They call me like, yeah, we'll give you $50,000 for the Tacoma. I'm like, I only bought it for 40. So
I'm sure you would. Or they want to put you in a brand new vehicle, like
they want to put you in a
truck-
vehicle you don't want.
right. It's either that or you can find. They'll order you a new one, and sure, we'll
It'll
order
be
you a new
eventually.
one. You won't have payments for 6 months. We'll do it at 0% interest, and then you ask them what the price of the vehicle is. Oh, it's $110,000. No thanks.
Right.
I'm out.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm out. I'm not at this point, Eric. I'm not going to allow you to stay on this podcast. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's
I know
wrap it
how
up.
important that first week is. It's
Yeah.
it's life changing.
Yeah.
Get home.
All right.
Well, this was great. I think we had a lot of good nuggets and a lot of good information spread in this
Let's do it again
podcast.
soon.
Yeah, we said the same thing for Bar. We're gonna have to like put people on a cycle rotation here because we have a lot of good people that know a lot of stuff and have some good. Well, I need to get G Money on here.
I just like to get on here and shoot the shit. You know?
Shoot
That's
shit.
that's the best
Like,
part
we
about
say
this.
a topic and then it's is it really?
Let's shoot the shit.
Yeah,
It's just like going to a DJ convention. I don't go
Right.
to conventions to
I
learn.
know.
I mean,
Well,
I'm going to
it's-
Marquee this
learn.
year.
I'm going to fuck with people. You know, hang out with our boys.
Yeah.
Are you going to Vegas?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm going to be in Nashville doing some work in Nashville.
You
Okay,
doing
whatever.
any of them?
You going Atlantic or anything?
I need to go to Atlantic City. I've been trying to get there 2 years now. I had a plane ticket and a ticket to go, but
Same.
COVID messed that up. I want to check out. I think I want to hit Midwest DJs
I was
Live. I've always
Thinking about
I've
going
always
to that
heard
one.
that's a good show. I need to go to DJ Expo in Atlantic City. Marquee, I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
I'm speaking at Marquee this year.
I'm not
You're speaking
going.
of Marquee.
Yeah.
Very good, man.
And Midwest, I mean, it was really good, but the last time, my competitor to our Automate Your DJP was like a sponsor, so they like shut down any discussion of that. And I mean, and
You have
legit
you have
on
a
their end,
competitor?
I was not mad about it with them, but I was like, well, I'm not.
I didn't even know
gonna-
you had a
Yeah,
competitor.
if I can't
No,
if I
not many
can't
people
come and
do.
present or be a
Stupid.
sponsor,
Are they
I'll
actually
go.
worth it?
Fuck them.
Anyways,
No.
we need to get Eric off here.
Yeah,
we
whatever.
keep
All
talking
right,
the shit,
all right.
but
All
we
right.
need to do more of this. This was extremely fun. Everyone put ones in the chat that are on here. Everyone that watches this later on, leave a comment down below what you guys thought about having Mr. John Simmons, DJ Woo Pig in the building, talking about his amazing production success he's getting into. Yeah, Eric,
We'll dive deeper next time.
we definitely will. Keep
Until
this ball
next
rolling.
time.
Until next
All right,
time, though,
boys.
appreciate everyone. Let me roll over here. I need to get a stream deck or something,
Yeah.
but I got to roll over here and
Scroll to the laptop. 1 second.